If you don't know, you should know. This is Booker T's ROW superstar, Ruthless Ryan Davidson, and you are listening to WNS Podcast.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source Podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or find us on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now, being broadcast in over 30 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
Tyler Abear.
Doug.
And we welcome you to episode 131 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNSvideo, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
Yo, man, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at WNS Podcast for the main site, WNS Source.
We're also on Stitcher.
At
WNS Podcast. Give us the thumbs up over there, please.
Yeah. We certainly would appreciate it. So welcome to the show, everyone. Got a lot to talk about. Welcome to all of our new listeners. We noticed quite a jump on our Facebook page, so we certainly do appreciate you. Thanks for giving us a shot.
Yeah, and tell us where y'all found us, or where you may have listened to us before and you just liked us, or tell us how you discover us.
Yeah.
We don't really care. It's just important that you liked it.
Yeah, that's the most important.
Give me a hug.
Keep those likes going up. Give Tyler hugs with your likes. You know, for every like, it equals like 2 or 3 hugs. So, you know, Doug, Tyler's feeling the love.
Mm-hmm.
So, not too bad. So, how you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah, Doug, you doing good?
On Twitter, I saw this cat tattoo with like the butthole with someone's belly button. It was realistic.
You're
looking.
welcome.
So it was the belly button was discolored. I'm not gonna lie.
So
I'm sure you can Google like
I don't want
cat
to Google it.
butthole tattoo and find it. I don't know.
Do not want to Google
so
it. Don't Google it,
So
Daniel.
basically, you're saying
Like we don't use Twitter either, so that's pointless. We can't even segue that into a plug.
no. Although I mean, you can follow us on Twitter. So
At
yeah.
WNS Podcast.
yeah.
We do not have.
No, we haven't updated in a while. But
We
Yeah,
have-
we're gonna be
we-
honest with you. Our main thing is Facebook.
We haven't tweeted that picture, is what I'm getting at mostly. Although I guess we could tweet that picture if you can find it, just so
He's
people know they're at the
actually looking
right
it up
place.
right now.
cat butthole tattoo.
That's
There
it. It's not.
God.
Isn't the
God.
isn't the belly button
It's
discolored?
all orange.
I know. It looks
Do
realistic.
you think you got it? Do you think you got it like colored in or something? Or?
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you do that? How much money would it take for you to do that?
You couldn't pay me enough.
Right.
There's
I know,
no.
right?
You couldn't.
That's like a fucked up belly button.
That looks like cat poo.
You know, like the guys, you could pay me enough money to do like, you know, the guys that have like the world title like
Yeah.
belt tattoos. I'd do that for some money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think I'd look cool with it, but if you paid me money, I would probably do it because I'm fine. But a cat's butthole, I don't know.
That's so weird. Why
When
would
they're
anyone
picking
do
their belly
that?
buttons, like why are you picking that cat's ass? And, like it's weird.
Like I feel
You feel a little weird just looking at it.
weird. I feel bad for like anyone who would be
Like-
willing to date this guy.
You know who the real victim in all this is? Whatever cat modeled for that.
That poor cat.
I hope it was just a like a Google image search that they found the cat on it. It wasn't like a real, if that guy's a real cat or
This is
like
in
a picture
honor
of
of
his cat.
my kitty,
Right.
Precious.
I
That
hope that.
I want to immortalize on my
Good way to
stomach.
start the show off.
Oh wait,
yeah.
look, it's a vote thing. It says cat butt tattoo : no pun
Funny
intended.
or disgusting?
No pun intended. You see what I did there with the
Yes,
colon?
yes.
Funny or disgusting?
Disgusting.
Like vote. Let's cast our vote. First we gotta get on the same page. We're all saying it's disgusting, right?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting,
Yes.
Matt.
It's quite disgusting.
Vote it down.
I don't know how. There's no. Oh, you
Why
have
would
to-
they put that if you can't vote?
You have to do it on Facebook or something.
Oh, it's
Like, you
gonna be.
have to
It's
log
one of
in
those
through it.
things where it's
So all
like
your
like
friends
or
are gonna know
share.
that You're looking at the cat
Daniel
butthole.
votes and it's like it's on Facebook. It's like,
It's like if you think it's disgusting, click share. Like
hey,
Share
check
it.
out this
Share it
cat
on your Facebook
belly
page.
button butt tattoo.
how many people do you think have seen that? Like a lot. Like way too many, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get like comments on our page. Yeah, dog, I have seen that.
All
It
those
is
new-
disgusting.
All those new likes we got on Facebook just went away.
Sorry, guys.
Cat butt tattoo. So I guess that means, Doug, you're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing better than that guy.
Hanging in there.
Yeah, he is doing better than that guy.
Then the
Because he
cat's
doesn't
butt
have
on
that
your
tattoo.
There's a tattoo on your stomach. That's weird. But yeah, we do have a lot to talk about other than cat butt tattoos. You know, if you feel the need to see what we're looking up, you know,
Look it up.
Just Google search it. Go to images, cat butt tattoo. There you go. It's that simple. We looked it up, and
I told you could probably just Google it.
I'm not too proud of that.
That's gonna be on like your search history.
Not one of the finer moments of the WNS podcast. I'll tell you that much.
The IT guy is gonna be like, this dude's looking at cat buttholes.
I need to change the filter on here. I mean, safe search on work. So welcome to the show. If you made it through that, we certainly appreciate you checking us out. Getting ready for Money in the Bank this upcoming Sunday. We had the go home show for Raw. Leading into it, do you guys feel like they've done a good job leading up to Money in the Bank?
I don't know. I feel like there's some things that's enjoyable. Maybe like the not world heavyweight, the WWE,
The All-Stars.
I am actually pumped for both of them, but I guess Raw for me it got me pumped for the WWE title more than for the World Heavyweight. I know they did stuff on SmackDown, but still. But I don't know. I'm gonna watch it no matter what. So.
Right.
But yeah,
because we tend to report about these things. But I don't know. I feel like the build for it has been kind of lackluster.
Well, I don't think it's a match you have to sell. It's just
it's one that the
here's a
fans
bunch
love.
of dudes. They're gonna do a bunch of high spots and shit's gonna get cray.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that's not really necessarily something you have to build to storyline wise.
but like the thing that I'm pumped for is I'm pumped for everything, but like building wise is the Mark Henry John Cena thing.
Well, I think that's been pretty well built.
Yeah, that's I do enjoy that.
I thought we were talking about
Is it
specifically
just the Money in the Bank
Money in
or
the
just
Bank.
the whole? Or are you
Well,
talking
just
about,
like Money in the Bank in general.
Okay.
Like the pay-per-view itself has it sold you to want to see it. Obviously, yes, we're all going to see it. But for the casual fans who don't normally order pay-per-views, would this be something that you think they'd cough up the cash for?
It's hard for me to say. I don't think I have casual fan taste.
Yeah.
And that's not me trying to sound cool or anything. I just I don't know how many people. I mean, I think people appreciated what Mark Henry did with the retirement swerve, but I don't think people are genuinely looking forward to what John Cena and Mark Henry are going to deliver in an actual match.
Yeah.
And I'm actually intrigued by that. And I actually want to see because I think Henry is super underrated, and I think Cena can deliver more often than not in high-profile singles matches, which I don't know if I would consider this a high-profile singles match, but I'm intrigued by the matchup.
Okay. So, but we'll dive more into that with our Money in the Bank predictions a little bit later on in the show. But kicking things off, we're going to talk about what happened on Raw. Start the show with Vicki Guerrero and Brad Maddox in the ring. Vicki climbs the ladder, basically saying how that's what she did in the business world, how no other women have gotten to the top of the wrestling business like she has. And King informs her that there's going to be a poll later on in the night that it's going to determine whether or not she has done a good job as the assistant general manager, whatever her position was, interim general manager, I guess. That's going to decide her fate for the later on segment. But I don't know. It was her just kind of sucking up to the fans, saying, "Oh, I've got all these great matches lined up for you. I know how to do a great job," and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was an odd way to kick off Raw. But the first matchup for it saw Daniel Bryan going up against Sheamus. And it was really weird seeing all these top build matches with face dynamic, because it's, although I like the fact that the fans were split on a few of the matches, but this match had a lot of good back and forth. Obviously Sheamus is the powerhouse and Daniel Bryan has to be quick on his feet, and you got to see both of that in this matchup. And Daniel Bryan getting a victory via roll up, he happened to sneak out a victory. So
sneak out my ass.
Okay.
With a cat tattoo.
No. I'm
Okay.
just
That's
saying,
what I was
like,
thinking, too.
there was a portion of time in Brian's career where he used the small package as a legit finish. Like, that was his move. Like,
Yeah.
so that's skill, baby. That's not sneaking out his ass.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I really did.
Mhm.
And,
It was a very good matchup.
yeah, those guys put on a good show.
Yeah, the match was really awesome, and I liked the finish a lot because it reminded me of the times when he used the small package as a finish.
Back in the
Reminisce.
day. So not too bad. Great.
I am a
you know.
little bit like I don't know where they're going with Brian. I feel like he's not like they're not like really clear with like him. He's playing to the crowd, but he's also kind of being a dick. I'm a little bit
Mhm.
confused. I don't know where to go with that. I'm not sure. Like, cause before the yes was sarcastic and it was arrogant and it was in your face, but now it's like
He's embraced it
he's
with the fans.
with the fans, but then he's also kind of being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see more clear defined roles out of these guys. I think there are too many guys who float between face and heel
Mhm.
A lot.
like on a week to week basis.
Like
a
he does
lot.
heelish things, but he also is controlling the crowd.
Right. Like, and I don't want to see I don't want to say like there's like we need to get a sheet of paper and we need to write down these guys are going to be baby faces.
They'll be
and
on
these
this
are gonna,
side of the page.
But I think they have too many guys floating back and forth.
Mhm.
Like, it can work for some guys, but if you have your whole roster doing or a large portion of your roster doing it, it doesn't work. Like I was I was listening to. Have you guys heard Stone Cold's podcast?
No.
I heard a few minutes of it. Yeah.
Okay, so I was listening. He was just talking about how, yeah, he was a babyface, but it was because he got a warm reaction from the crowd. The
Mhm.
crowd liked him. It was not because he was doing good things. He was not a traditional babyface.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't work, and not everybody's Steve Austin. I would like to see more clear defined roles. And on a side note, like I don't even know why we're podcasting anymore because I don't think we can ever reach the pinnacle of podcasting. Like I've never considered us to be like the beat all end all podcast,
Mhm.
but I don't think we can touch what Steve Austin does on a stick. Can I give you a little sampling of what the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast is like? Because I don't know if you guys. Okay, I listen to a lot of podcasts because I got a lot of time where I'm alone at work, and it helps keep me going. Keep moving.
Yeah.
And people go out there and find this because what I'm going to tell you is going to blow your mind. There is what do you if you haven't heard the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, what do you imagine it to be like? What do you think you're going to hear on the Stone Cold podcast?
I would imagine stuff that he's doing in his life. Maybe talk about some of the stuff in the past when he was in WWE.
Imagine Stone Cold as Stone Cold, because there's not much gimmick there. He's kind of
Yeah.
like that guy
He
talking about like his wife like made him get like manicures and pedicures and facials, stuff like that, like self-grooming tips and stuff like that. And like he throws like some of his political stuff in where he like flies off the handle. But get this, there is an episode, I think it's entitled Stone Cold or Steve Austin versus the Fly or Mr. Fly, where he's in Mexico like taping for Redneck Island or season 3 or whatever. And so like he has sketchy internet. So he's having people like tweet him in questions and stuff like that. And so one day he's got nothing. So he just makes this episode up on the fly. No pun intended. I don't know why I said that. But so it's just like Steve Austin, like reading, like imagine like a Wikipedia thing about flies. He's like saying all this like scientific shit about flies or whatever. And it's like really trippy, but every once in a while he throws like a Stone Cold line and is he's like, oh, they can taste by their feet. Oh, you just go and listen to it. But the bottom line is he shills a lot. He's got like all this stuff that he shills for. I know I'm all over the place here, but please go listen to it. You will not be sorry. He comes back from a little shill segment. He goes into an interview with a fly. He's voicing the fly with voice effects. So Steve Austin is interviewing a fly Steve Austin, which they both have Steve Austin attitude. So, that bravado is going. So they get into an argument. He gets into an argument with the fly. This is a podcast. This is legit, folks.
WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin cuts a promo on the fly.
On the fly.
He challenges the fly to a wrestling match. Go to a shill segment for whoever his sponsors are. comes back. The Fly and Stone Cold Steve Austin have a wrestling match. Stone Cold doing his own voice. Stone Cold doing the Fly's voice with sound effects. Stone Cold doing play-by-play. Stone Cold doing the announcer and commentary for the match. Can you guess what the finish of the match is?
Fly goes over.
Run in by Jimmy Superfly Snuka, who hits Stone Cold over the head with a coconut. He counts the lights for 3. The Fly goes over. Stone Cold cuts another promo on the Fly after the match. How long do you think that went over for? Like all that I just
45
said.
minutes.
45 fucking minutes of that.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna.
My
listen
mind my mind was blown. I was just like walking around like, is this really happening? Is this really happening? I don't know where I can't remember where we were getting from or where we were coming from, but I thought it was worth it to say
Daniel
that.
Bryan being clear cut.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Well, hey,
right.
I'm gonna check this out.
He also likes to say 411 a lot in gimmicks. So like, not that he needs our help, but get on your little MP3 playing gimmick and get the 411 from Stone Cold on his podcast.
And he does have a lot of interviews too. So
Yeah, but they're all kind of like, he's not like hitting hard with anyone. He's
Yeah.
they're kind of like glad handing each other.
mm-hmm.
But I
Hey,
mean,
how
it's all
long have
good.
you been?
It's him being him, which is
Yeah.
hilarious if you want to hear him fake wrestle a Fly.
That's
and talk
awesome.
about like shaving his pubes and stuff.
sold.
Dive inside the life of Stone Cold Steve Austin. What they didn't show on the DVD.
I mean, like we can't compete with that. Like,
Yeah.
right? Come on.
So on a scale of, if you had to put them on a scale, what would you put? Colt Cabana number 1, Austin number 2, or
Well, Colt Cabana is number 1 because look, what Colt Cabana does, what Steve Austin does, and what podcasts like we do are 3 completely different things. Colt Cabana gives you that like
try, damn it.
Colt Cabana is the number 1 wrestling podcast, and I think it's well deserved. And I think he does a great job because he knows these guys personally, or he's acquaintances with these guys, or he has a passing at least familiarity with these guys, and he can talk to them like I can talk to you. Like he can ask them shit like that you can't. I could ask you, but we couldn't just walk.
Ask a random person.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I think I don't know, like it just works. Like that's the kind of podcast I like to hear. And like when I hear the Stone Cold show, which I just started listening to like 2 days ago, and I've mainlined like 8 episodes of. Is I just want to hear I just want to hear Stone Cold like,
What is it called?
saying scientific shit about flies and then cursing like a motherfucker. I mean, that's like, I'm just being entertained by Stone Cold being himself, like I'm not getting anything out of that. You know what I mean? It's like a different thing.
That's really cool. So there you go. So when you get done listening to our episode, if you're still listening after
Called Stone
cat
Cold
butthole tattoos
Stone
and
Cold
fly
Podcast.
matches and
It's like the Steve Austin show or something like that.
yeah, Steve Austin podcast or something. So yeah, go and check them out.
Oh, come on. It was so worth it to tell the Fly story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So there you go. So
We don't do the same thing as that. So there's room for all these podcasts to exist.
Yes. So make sure you support all of the podcasts as well as your local wrestlers. So we'll be making sure to do that this weekend as well. We'll dive into that a little bit later on the show as well. But yeah, so Daniel Bryan ends up defeating Sheamus. Next up, we got to see Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns come out going up against Tons of Funk in their pre-match to their pre-show for Money in the Bank.
I like their new gear.
Huh?
I like their new gear.
Yeah, for Tons of Funk. Yeah, not
What
too
did it
bad.
say on the back of there?
I think they say different things.
Well, Brodus has had a history of it saying Funkasaurus.
But I didn't see what.
It probably just says Sweet Tea.
I didn't see that. It was different. I swear I thought it said something different on the back.
Who knows? But yeah, but Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins end up getting the victory over Tons of Funk.
Just a little note on that. I think out of everyone who does the spear these days, I like Roman Reigns the best. It's kind of like Goldberg's spear, sort of.
It's because he has that big build for it. He's got the wide shoulders.
Because
so
I never
it's
liked
more
Edges.
believable.
I don't like Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Big Show's is all right from time to time. Caitlin's is all right.
Yeah. Well, when Caitlyn does it to AJ, it looks really good.
Ew.
No, I'm talking about just, as from a wrestler standpoint. but Roman Reigns, like he said, his is just, it looks good, because he's just got that big upper body frame, and it's more believable than Christian. And no offense to Christian, he's a smaller framed guy, So when you got a guy whose shoulders are as wide as they are for Roman Reigns, it looks pretty devastating. So but yeah, they ended up getting the victory over Tons of Funk, going into their matchup against the Usos for Money in the Bank.
I'll say this about Spears. Like, I know everything hurts, and I'm not like I've never taken a single bump in my life, so I'm not one to be talking. But like, if you're a pro wrestler, like, I don't want to see like the running hug Spears. Like, stop running hugging people. Like, I think Spear is a safe enough move where even if it doesn't feel the best, you can like lay in a spear. Like,
yeah,
don't hug people.
Hug.
Running hug.
Oh, he's doing the running hug.
Random acts of kindness. Wait, what the hell? Hug. So
someone should do that. Like, name it if they do it that way. He's gonna do the running hug to him.
There are plenty of people whose spears are pretty much running hugs. So just pick some
need
names.
to call it though.
But next up, we got to see John Cena come out, call out Mark Henry. Love the mic work from Mark Henry, basically saying, I'll sell out my own mother for that title. I've waited 17 years to get it. I sold out my family a few weeks ago, so I have no problems worrying about what other people think of me on if I sold out or whatever to get that title. I'll do any and everything in order to get it. And, Cena basically challenging him, saying, hey, if you want to cross this line and show us what you got, go right ahead. And, Mark Henry later then did attack and laid Cena out. And Orton, yeah. But what did you guys think about this?
I think it's more strong stuff from Henry. I'm excited for this match, like I said earlier. I mean, I think it's obviously it's the most well-built match they have on the card. Henry's top notch. He's on top of his game. I mean,
they're both doing good. I like it how like he was showing that he was tough, but also, it got to him and he did back, did still doing the scared stuff, or not scared,
Cena
but flinch.
Have to use names so we know who we're talking about.
Oh, sorry, Cena. I thought I said Cena. Whatever.
I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. Whoever's listening knows. So there you go. So next up, we got to see Chris Jericho going up against Curtis Axel with The Miz on commentary.
It's like Queens of the Stone Age. Because he said no one knows, and I did that.
No one knows. Yeah. So yeah, we got to see Chris Jericho going up against Curtis Axel.
Take a break and go to the store.
Go get your own gum.
Damn it.
Yeah. Jericho ends up defeating Curtis Axel after The Miz kind of causes a distraction. And, I like the fact that Paul Heyman was trying to convince Curtis to go back in the ring and say, hey, you need to focus on your match. Don't worry about this guy. Focus on your match. But it ended up costing him, and Jericho gets the victory over Curtis Axel. So what are your thoughts on Curtis Axel in the weeks that he's been here?
I mean, I'm not like too high on the guy. I don't think he's anything spectacular in the ring or on the mic. I will give him more chances to sway me, but as of right now, I'm not very high on him. I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't think Heyman's doing what he can, but I don't think.
Ultimately, it's in your hands. It's in the guys.
I don't think he has a lot of charisma.
Yeah, I feel like he's got some intensity to him, but I don't know.
See, I really don't.
I think like they kind of just handed him to Heyman, saying, "Oh, I'm the Paul Heyman guy, and everyone I've worked with has success. So go ahead, Midas, use your golden touch. Use this guy. You're stuck with him now. Make it work." And I
don't think he has more of a fighting chance with Heyman than he does on his own. I mean,
yeah, definitely. But I don't know. There's something that I don't see that is there. Like it's just he's missing something. But it's just not really working for me.
Yeah, I'll agree. Like it's not really something I feel like I can articulate. I just know that he's not something like you said.
And time will tell.
Yeah. But next up, we got to see Sin Cara going up against Alberto Del Rio. And this one ended up in a no contest after Dolph Ziggler came out and caused a distraction and beat up on Del Rio, and then Sin Cara jumped on him. And I don't know. I felt like the Ziggler on the mic thing was too much of a distraction. I felt like he kind of lost where he was going with on the mic. It was just, to me, like the only thing that ran through my mind is like, if you're playing WWE on the Xbox or something like that, and there's a glitch where the match is going on, but you're hearing like an entrance theme that was supposed to fade out, but it didn't, so you're just hearing it, like, or just something like that. Say there's dialogue in a cut scene and you try and cut it off, but the dialogue keeps going while you're in the middle of a match or something like that. I felt like it was that. I felt like it was just it felt out of place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I feel like they're kind of like, I feel like they're gonna be missing the boat on Ziggler. I thought they could have made him like a true blue, like compelling babyface underdog. Like, if there's a fucking guy in this company who could be like a compelling underdog, it's fucking Ziggler.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fucking it up by trying to, like, they don't want to make him look like make him look fucking make him look vulnerable as shit. That's what people love about the guy. Let him be fucking vulnerable all the time. He doesn't need to.
So what are they gonna do?
He doesn't need to be a dickhead all the time.
After this pay-per-view, say if he loses again, just make him 100% baby.
They should have when they
made him
double switch. They should have like made him a true blue baby face.
Because Del Rio is when they switched him, he straight heel, and like Ziggler is heel.
Well, he played to the crowd for probably 2 weeks, and then they killed it. The moment that they had to define it was whenever he was backstage with AJ. And he was like, "Where were you last week whenever I came out? You weren't with me. You were too focused on this." And so that was their chance for him to say, "If you're going to be focused on this, I'm going to focus on this. We'll just go our separate ways."
This is the thing. Ziggler is the guy that so many people want to cheer, and they get so fucking heated. Do you notice, like, when there's a world title match going on and Ziggler's not out there, they're fucking chanting for Ziggler.
Yeah.
They want that fucking strap on Ziggler. They should have made him the fucking ultimate underdog where he's always chasing. People are always foaming at the mouth to see this guy get his fucking title back because he got fucked over. Make him a true blue babyface underdog. He's always fighting from beneath. He's always trying, but he's always getting taken away from him. Mm-hmm. He's always chasing the title. But he's not getting it. So people are like, they want this fucking guy. But like, people aren't going to get that. They're not going to get back to that level of emotional involvement if you're going to like, sometimes he's kind of like a good guy. Sometimes he's kind of like a dick. And like, sometimes fucking define some fucking roles, WWE. Not everybody needs 12 Shades of Grey. Yeah. Is that book title?
Yes.
50.
I thought it was 12.
But yeah, I
know what you meant.
I agree with you, and it's like he could have a chip on his shoulder saying, "Look, I've been world heavyweight champion twice, but
for like a day."
Yeah, for like a day and a half.
He could be like the perennial like short title guy, like he can't keep it in his hands.
Yeah,
and people would always be like, "Oh God, Ziggler!"
And I know that there's people who are going to say, "Oh, he held it longer than that because of his concussion." Obviously, that's 30 days. But still, you saw him like on TV a week,
right?
And he lost it at the next pay-per-view. So it's one of those and the way that they did it with Del Rio, just like kicking his head in practically.
Yeah.
Like the fans were feeling sympathy for him, so that's why they started booing Del Rio.
And it was so perfectly executed because no one ever feels sympathy for anybody these days.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm not even. You guys, if you've listened to the show before, I am not the number one Ziggler fan club guy. Mm-hmm. But I would so be behind him if he was like the perennial underdog guy.
Keep fighting.
Always gets fucked over, but he's always like on the cusp of getting his belt back. Like.
Well, what if they still have a chance to do that? Like, what after this pay-per-view or whatever, and if you don't get it, and they. I don't.
I hope they do not give it back to him this pay-per-view. Yeah. Del Rio needs to keep it because that's, I think, a step in the right direction for him character-wise, and I think I think they could go another at least another 6 months of people rabidly wanting Ziggler to get his title back if they play it right, but not if he's a dickhead all the time. They had we're talking about uber sympathy to the 100th degree that you never see these days, and they're gonna piss it away because you kind of want him to be a dick to Jericho when Jericho's doing all this other bullshit, and who gives a fuck then?
And
you're
out with AJ, the most hated diva right now, and it's just
be a good guy.
Exactly.
Not a good guy who's a dick to people.
So,
that's what I'm saying. When I feel like some more guys have more clearly defined roles would help a lot of people out.
Like when Del Rio switched to face, and he was like, "Look, I've been a dick to so many people. I'm going to try and make a change on that."
Right.
That was
awesome.
Him defining himself, saying, "Listen, this is where I'm going. This is the path I'm going." That moment when they were backstage, Dolph and AJ, that was that moment to define it. Right. What does he do? Makes out with AJ, saying, "Oh, you're going to be by my side as I focus on the title."
And how much it's so much more better in those moments where they clearly define themselves. So when Del Rio cut that babyface promo, I was like the exact promo you just said, I was like, that was fucking awesome. I was marking out for a babyface, a white meat, clean cut babyface promo. I was like, I'm gonna be a good guy now. I fucked a lot of people over. I'm gonna make amends. I'm gonna do the right thing. And I was like, that's fucking awesome. Yep. And and it was just a backstage promo to Ricardo. He was talking to Ricardo.
Yeah, I've been a dick to you. I'm sorry. He's like, you're not just an employee, you're my friend, So I love you. Well, maybe not to that extent, but yeah, and it's just one of those things. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on that one. So I don't know where they're gonna go. But next up, we got to see the Vicki Guerrero evaluation, which is kind of just a waste of time. Triple H and Vince McMahon swinging around their giant egos or whatever. No, I didn't.
Next swinging contest.
Yeah, that too.
Mine's bigger.
What
are you doing?
I know that I'm the chairman and I get to make the final decision, and you're the CEO, and this is my wife, and that's your daughter, and this is all. It was such a waste of time.
Tyler just made it sexual.
Rawr. Do that a little deeper, Tyler.
Rawr.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Get it up. So, they end up going to the poll with Stephanie McMahon deciding that. 75% saying that Vicki Guerrero failed. What else do you expect with a heel? So they decided to fire her. She goes ballistic. Vince McMahon's like, "What's the matter with you people? Well,
you're going to get what you deserve.
No, you're going to get what you deserve. How could you do that?" So he basically names Brad Maddox.
We need a video camera because all three of us were doing the Vince chest thing. We're like
the strut walk, So
you could have, if only we had a camera, we could have seen all three of our idiot asses doing the Vince thing.
Set up a webcam right there.
Look at these guys; they're being retarded.
So, so Brad Maddox, in a insane twist turn, named the new general manager, which once again, I'll be waiting for my paycheck for that one. But,
Which I don't know where they're going. Maybe Vicky's going to take a break for a while. I don't know.
Yeah, probably just help out backstage or something like that. Or maybe is her daughter still in NXT?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, because I know that she was there for a while.
Right, yeah.
I don't know if she's still there. But if she is, maybe they'll bring her in with Vicki Guerrero as her manager or something. That could be a way for them to bring her back. But
yeah. Finally give more of a spotlight to Brad Maddox.
Yeah, finally let's see what the kid can do, kind of thing. And
he's the Triple H guy, supposedly.
Oh, nice. So, but yeah, so we'll have to see how that all goes. And backstage, he tried to thank Vicki for everything that happened, and she basically went ballistic on him.
I'm sorry, but thank you.
How long are you gonna keep that hand up there, boy? And then later on in the night, as Vicki had her stuff and was walking away did y'all notice that the flowers were wilted?
No.
That she had, they were drooping. They weren't fresh flowers, I guess. I don't know. But anyways,
I remember the bricky pillows.
Yeah. That was and the cheetah print and everything. But yeah, she was walking out, and Ryback of all people stops her, sets her box down, and gives her a hug. Where are they going with this Ryback angle?
See, I saw people calling bullshit on this, but I can buy into that. I can buy into Ryback giving Vicki a hug because it didn't feel like a sincere thing. It felt like he was eventually going to need her for something or manipulative or something.
You gave me all these title chances.
It didn't feel sincere, so I felt that played out like clearly enough that it was like not out of character. So I don't buy into the people calling bullshit on that.
Yeah. And it's also like lately here we've seen sort of an emotional side of Ryback, like with him showing pain, saying, "Oh, I can't continue this match. You're gonna have to stop it." And don't call me Cryback. I'm actually hurt. Don't do that. So like maybe we're seeing a
Don't
softer.
call me Cryback.
Maybe we're seeing the softer side of
guys.
Ryback. And come on, you guys, stop calling me Cryback.
No, but
I don't know.
I mean, I agree with I know Red Robin chimed in on our Facebook and stuff, and I agree with him about the Vicki felt like so sympathetic because she's the one taking shit off all three McMahons.
Yeah.
I consider Triple H
And Levesque. Yeah, they even introduced him, the McMahon family.
Yeah, he married him.
Yep, he did.
But yeah, she.
My day with the president's daughter. Oh yeah, my day with her. Anywho. So yeah, I don't know. What will we see next for Vicki Guerrero? If we'll see her, who knows? But next up, we got to see Kane versus Christian.
He went for the running hug, but he got locked into the choke slam.
Yeah, I did. But
oh no, he's coming.
Kane only hugs with Daniel.
friendship.
He only hugs with Daniel Bryan. He's not a cheater.
That's right. He's got morals. And Kane ends up getting the victory over Christian, and that's when we got to see the Wyatt family debut.
Oh.
I mean, we saw vignettes,
Yeah.
The vignette.
little videos.
Don't gloss over the vignettes.
No.
The vignettes were awesome.
They were. I loved it.
Like I just the
Don't
stuff that come
stray.
up there, and the guy with the mask, it has it was a pickaxe. Was it a pickaxe?
Well, he was cutting wood. He was like it was like an axe or something.
I thought it was a pickaxe. I swear I thought
it was
pickaxe.
either it was like an axe or a pickaxe.
But and then the camera turns and he's
Turns
gone.
back and he's
and
gone.
That's cool.
yeah, but even Luke Harper was awesome with the
Don't stray.
Don't stray.
Hey,
Obey.
I told you not to stray.
Obey.
yeah, the vignettes were really awesome, and I was
Very
like
creepy.
super concerned that they were gonna flop this because I felt for them to succeed, they had to find a way to bring the creepiness of the vignettes and the videos out to the ring with them without the luxury of it being pre-recorded, But I thought the little lantern or whatever was a
That
nice
was
touch.
awesome.
And I think it I thought it was a fantastic debut. The only thing the only bad thing you can say about their debut is it suffered from the absolute worst thing about professional wrestling, and that is professional wrestling fans.
Yeah. That was so ridiculous for the people chanting Husky Harris, and just why do you have to go and ruin something so good? It's just idiot fans.
Do you think you're the only one who's been watching professional wrestling for over a year and a half?
I know who this guy is. He's not Bray Wyatt at all. He's Husky Harris.
Doesn't make you look smart. It doesn't make you look cool, and it's not funny.
Yeah.
You suck. That's terrible.
Yeah.
The worst part of professional wrestling is the fans.
Yeah. Just
And they proved it. I mean,
yeah, and it's so ridiculous for people to go in there and do that. And what cracks me up is that people are like, "Oh, I bet the people who are getting all butthurt about this are the same people who are chanting Goldberg and at Ryback, and then who are chanting Albert at Tensai." Well, I've been pissed at all three. Just let the gimmick play out before you completely just bury it. And some people have been saying, this is why we can't have nice things in the WWE, because people want to just turn around and do stupid crap like this. And it's just...
look, Ryback and Tensai were not 1/24th as compelling as what they were trying to do with this. No, they have never... in years, it has been years since they've put as much thought and time and tried to make a debut so important. Shield was booked really well, but they just were sprung on people.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Hey, who are these guys? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the guys from NXT.
This was very deliberate. They slow burned this, And yeah, it was awesome, and it was a really awesome debut. But again, the fans, fuck you, assholes.
And it was really funny as I was watching it with my girlfriend, and she was like, the video vignette showed up right before they debuted, and she was like, "Oh, are they gonna get here yet?" And as soon as she said that, we're here. I was like, there you go. They heard you. So it was just, God, I loved it so much. The video packages, coming out with the lantern, sitting down in the rocking chair, blowing out the lights. The lights turn on, and the guys swarm Kane.
See, if they had just turned the lights out, it wouldn't have had nearly the effect.
Yeah.
If it was just like a lights out and they're there beating people up, it doesn't have effect. That's what I mean. Like, I was hoping they would find a way to bring the creepiness out to the ring with them, and they did. And I was like,
that was great.
Thank God. But then the fans shit on it like some assholes.
Well, screw those fans. If you were in that crowd and you were chanting Husky Harris, we've got a special award for you. But it's just it's so disheartening seeing something that you're hyped up over for so long just go down the drain like that. But push all those fans aside. What did you guys think about the Bray Wyatt family, the Wyatt family debut? Because I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So really good stuff from them.
But I was wondering how they were gonna do all this stuff and like how it was gonna be delivered, and I think they did a good job. Yeah,
and a lot of people were saying, all that build up for like 2 minutes or something like that. That's you have to think, they're gonna want to leave you wanting more. If they come out and just destroy everybody, well, you got to do
the one thing that made me like want to cry on the inside. And it's when there were fans were actually being cool here. They were chanting Daniel Bryan. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, Bryan, don't forsake your friend. Come out and try. I would have liked to have seen Bryan come out to try and help Kane, and still they would have beat his ass down too, right? I just felt like, don't leave your friend hanging, buddy.
What's it all at the end after they beat up Kane and like, the bigger guys are out there, and then Bray Wyatt gets on his knees and goes like,
extends his arms, looks to the heavens.
So
it was really good stuff. I liked what they do. WWE.com posted an article about, Kane may have suffered,
that's
spine injury.
That's
something.
a legit complaint I have. Okay, look, I get that they've humanized Kane so much by teaming him with Bryan that and the comedy and the humanization of him, they kind of pulled him away from like the dark stuff. But like, I feel like it's a little weird I feel like Kane was the right guy because he's kind of like the gatekeeper. He's kind of like that right position where if you're above Kane, then you're a somebody.
Yeah.
But if you're below, he kind of like keeps the trash out. Right. So like he was a good guy to choose, but like I feel like you can't do the injury angle on like a superpower guy. You know what I mean? It feels a little weird. I mean, I'm conflicted. It's like he's a good person for them to do it on, but he's also not. That's where I have a little problem.
Well, what some people are saying about it is that, Kane is the quote unquote fake monster, whereas Bray Wyatt is the real monster. So he's exposing Kane as a fake monster.
If they run with it that way, like that would be interesting.
And there are talks about, the Wyatt family going up against Kane and possibly The Undertaker for SummerSlam.
See, I don't think you can. They kind of tried to do the demystify Taker thing with Punk in it, like I don't believe in the bullshit, but I don't want to see them go after like demystifying Taker. Yeah. I'm fine with him feuding with the Taker and Kane,
but it's also been reported that at the last television taping that Undertaker was in, whenever the Shield took him out, he suffered a pretty bad injury, but they haven't released how serious it is. So things to be on the lookout for as the future. So the Wyatt family making their debut in the WWE, doing a great job at it.
I was worried, but I think it came off well.
Screw those fans. So next up, we got to see Caitlyn and Layla going up against Alicia Fox and AJ. This match ended up being a no contest after Caitlyn wouldn't stop attacking AJ, and she ended up delivering a spear on the outside of the ring to AJ, which looked really good.
And Bellas were out there.
Oh, my God.
And then they had a guy in the audience dressed as Bray Wyatt.
They had two of them.
Two of them?
Yeah. So, I don't know. They do this whole anti-bullying campaign, and then they put the Bellas out there going, oh, she's fat. Oh, she must be smelling food if she's going after AJ like that.
They do that stuff, and they also have that reality show that's going to be coming out.
Oh, yeah. Check out our reality show where we're just going to keep on belittling people. And
that's kind of. You guys remember that one week where, like, King kept going, like alluding to the fact that there was like a more attractive Bella, like one was like like thinner and bustier or whatever. Do y'all remember that?
No.
And JBL kept calling him out on it, like him trying to get him to actually say which one it was. And King was like, "No, come on, man, you can tell." Y'all remember that? It was like it went on for like 10 minutes. It was like weird.
I gotta look that up.
It was really awful. It was like totally sexist and it was awful.
King likes the fakes. Oh, well.
King likes
puppies.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't stand that word.
He could be.
Can't stand that word in reference to
their dad or
what?
Old enough to be. He's old enough to be their dad.
He likes young chicks.
He does. He likes them young. So I don't know. It's just the whole Bellas being bullies and then trying to promote their show. Like, how is anyone going to be like, oh, I should definitely check this show out?
Some people are like that though.
Well, some people like train. Like Carcraft.
I'm gonna watch it just to see what it's about.
I'm gonna watch it because I think Brian's gonna be some
Dude, think of the big picture. Brian's gonna be in there, okay, Daniel?
Tell you what, if Brian's on an episode, I'll catch the replay.
Watch.
Other than that, I'm not
John
watching
Cena and Daniel Bryan are gonna be there together. No. They're gonna be like having like a They're gonna be eating somewhere, like all of them, and.
I so thought when he was saying they're gonna be having like a I thought he was going with like foursome. I saw the little wheels turning in his head. I saw the little wheels turning in his head.
Tossing a salad.
Tyler, you're dirty. So dirty, man. Dirty bear. So final matchup.
His mind is in the gutter.
We got to see CM Punk going up against Randy Orton. Pretty good back and forth matchup. CM Punk keep trying to get the GTS going, and finally ended up catching it, defeating Randy Orton. When the first thing that ran through my head, I was like, what's going on with Orton? He's putting all these guys over here lately. He let Daniel Bryan beat him, and now Punk got the victory on him. So
he got good. So many unnecessary wins when he didn't need them.
That's true
pay
too.
Him forward.
Yeah. So maybe he's finally doing that. And I've been watching a few interviews with Randy Orton. He seems like he's changed over the last few years. So
settling down.
He is, I guess having the kid changed his life. So not too bad. But after the matchup, Daniel Bryan ends up attacking CM Punk and then grabbing the ladder and attacking Randy Orton with it.
Huh? Didn't change his understanding of face heel dynamics.
Yeah. So
did he find a kendo stick or did he bring it to the ring?
Well, see, that's the problem with a Money in the Bank match with all faces. Like if someone attacks outside of the norm, they're doing heelish things, but they're
well, like in a face match, it starts off as like a clean competitive thing to where one guy's or someone has to start getting frustrated that no one can get a one up on each other, and that's when things get a little crazy. You know what I mean? Like that's when it kind of spirals down to that.
Yeah. And I like the fact that the fans were kind of 50-50 on that. Some people were saying, let's go Randy. The other folks were saying CM Punk. So it wasn't, we're going to boo you or anything. So sort of. But
yeah, I feel this is real weird for me, like with the Bryan stuff. I feel like he's drifting into that, like, this guy is not clearly defined anymore. We don't know. Like, he plays to the crowd, but then he's going to run out and smash everyone with ladders. I don't know.
He only smashed Orton with it. And the only reason
he tried to smash Punk.
Well, the only reason that he tried to go after Punk was because Punk beat Orton like he did, but he didn't make him submit like Daniel Bryan did. So that's why I went after Orton. That's why I went after Punk. So anyway, Daniel Bryan sets up a ladder, climbs to the top of it, retrieves the briefcase, chanting yes to the
whole crowd behind him.
The crowd, you got to admit, the crowd's behind him, wherever he goes now. So he's definitely getting some of the bigger pops of the night.
I don't know if Doug said this last week or not. Did you order a Daniel Bryan shirt?
I ordered it, but I missed Raw and I didn't know about it until Daniel said it, and then I ordered it afterwards.
Which is a cool shirt.
Respect the beard.
I gotta be honest.
You don't like it?
I think they could have done a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I like the graphic, but I don't like that it says respect the beard. Like, I could have just taken the graphic. I don't know, like, I'm weird about, like, sayings that I don't think are cool on T-shirts.
You can just get, like, some paint. And
something that they don't say.
I bought it because
Sharpie and color it in.
I feel like it's my job to financially support Daniel Bryan, so I buy all his merch, but I wasn't crazy about it. Okay. I'll buy it. I mean, I'll wear it around.
You don't have all his merch. You don't have the alternate cards for
Oh, you shut your fucking mouth.
You want the shiny edition.
You're just jealous.
So,
you want the shiny edition.
so that's how we close out Raw. Going into
Holographic.
which takes us into our Money in the Bank predictions. One of my. We're doing the El Baño
That's
clap?
not what I was doing.
No, but I wanted to do it.
Oh. Well,
Oh,
Tyler's
you
over
were
here.
doing the clap.
Everyone loves the clap, apparently.
Cena.
Cena loves the clap. So it takes us into our Money in the Bank predictions. We'll start with the kickoff show because it doesn't have the Miz, so it's not a pre-show. So the kickoff show featuring the Usos.
Miz has a match on the card.
What?
Fuck.
Damn it.
Is that true? Oh man, it
Is he
does.
challenger for the IC?
He is. So the kickoff match sees the Usos going up against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns for the tag team championship. So who you guys see coming away with the victory on this one?
Shield.
Shield? Okay.
I do believe in the Shield.
Believe in the Shield. So all three of us picking Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns to be victorious for the kickoff. I guess Tyler, since you're looking at the screen, we'll let you pick the next matchup. Who's it gonna be?
Chris Jericho versus Ryback.
Chris Jericho versus Ryback, a match that kind of just got put together out of nowhere. They built it for maybe 2 weeks, and we got nothing on it last week. Or, I mean, this week. I'm sorry. So who are you going to go with between Jericho and Ryback?
I feel like Ryback needs to go over.
Ryback?
I'm gonna say Ryback too.
Now, y'all do know that I don't think Ryback's had a or no, maybe that was main event. But anyways, I was going to say he hasn't had a pay-per-view victory, but I do remember him going up against two no-namers. So, never mind. Yeah, I'll pick Ryback as well, so that way they can say, oh, he's finally got that big win that he's needed on pay-per-views because he hasn't had it.
Well,
So
Jericho clearly has no problem laying down because he does it for everybody. And he never needs the win to be over.
Mm-hmm.
They just gave him, didn't he get his last pay-per-view? Jericho got a win? Who did Jericho wrestle last month? It was somebody. I know he had a match.
Payback. Who did he go up against? I don't know.
I feel like he went over last month.
I'm blanking.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
Fandango.
No.
It wasn't Curtis Axel.
Punk? No, that was
Yeah, he oh
It
no,
was
Punk
Punk.
beat him. Never
Punk
mind.
beat him.
That's right,
Never mind.
because it was in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm totally wrong. You're right. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking.
Maybe Extreme Rules, the one before that,
He got to win.
where we beat.
So that's his win for the year on pay-per-view. He's going to lay
Yeah.
down for everybody else.
Yeah,
I'm going right back. I don't fucking.
right back. Okay, all right, Doug. So pick the next match. Who do you think's gonna go up against?
I'll take AJ versus Caitlyn.
All right, Divas Championship, probably the second most hyped up match if there is one. So who are you gonna go with between AJ or Caitlyn?
I'll say AJ retains.
Yeah, foul play involved, disqualification.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not that confident to call it to that degree.
All right, how about you, Tyler?
Same. She hasn't had it that
He beat her.
AJ.
She beat her clean last time. I mean, she
Yeah.
won the title clean.
That's true. I'll pick AJ to go over as well. So there you
I
go.
feel like I'm real heel heavy in my picks.
Yeah. Well, that's how it tends to go. Next up, let's see. We'll do Miz going up against Curtis Axel for the Intercontinental Championship.
I'm gonna say Curtis retains.
Curtis. Okay. How about you,
I
Tyler?
feel like we're in a holding pattern.
Yeah, because it's like, where are they gonna go? And there's always gonna be a surprise or two, but for this one, it's just like, who really cares? Like, I don't want to see Miz with the title. He doesn't really need it. There's nothing for him to do anyways.
Curtis needs it. I mean,
Yeah, so all three of us picking heels, Curtis Axel to win that one. So Tyler, that brings us into the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank match. All heels in this one, so we don't really have a choice.
Yes.
I haven't picked the babyface yet, have I?
No, none of us have. So Damian Sandow, Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Fandango.
Not to cut you off, but do they feel like, okay, this kid, we're tired of this kid. He's going to be a comedy gimmick now? Because they were
Yeah,
like,
we missed out about
Don't
Raw.
say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
okay, that's a knee jerk reaction, but
Yeah.
they're like, oh well,
And the fans were
kind of over it.
The fans were kind of happy to see him, I guess, because he kind of just hopped in there.
Yeah.
I know we talked about last week. I know Doug feels different because now they're pairing Antonio Cesaro with Swagger and all that stuff. But what are you gonna say?
But like the weird thing about this match is there is a dynamic of two teams of like.
Yeah, got the Rhodes Scholars, Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, and you also have the team of Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro.
Who in that segment looked like total badasses standing next to each other. They look like they'd kill anybody.
You also have Dean Ambrose. You also have Wade Barrett and Fandango.
I'm just gonna say it. Cesaro. I'm going for Cesaro.
Okay.
I'm going Cesaro too.
Oh, I always hate these because like you have multiple choices.
Has this ever been the case before where they've all had heels
No.
and all have
No.
This is different.
No.
That's weird.
Don't think they're gonna go to Dean Ambrose.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I think the only other person I gave a second thought to is I could see them giving it to Sandow.
Yeah.
I think it's either Sandow or Cesaro, but you got to nut up and pick one. So I'm not going to do that. You get two picks. I'm going to go Cesaro because I'm not betting against my man Cesaro. I don't know how that plays out now that he's established with Swagger, like kind of like as a team, but I think Cesaro gets it. He's the most deserving.
Mm-hmm.
He might be the most deserving, but they aren't giving him the chances. I'm going to go with Damian Sandow on this one, just because I feel like there's tension between he and Cody Rhodes now. So I feel like that would set up for a good feud at least. And
I could see that, but I'm going with my boy.
all right, so Doug picks Cesaro, Tyler's picks Cesaro. I'll pick Damian Sandow and probably be
I was
wrong.
from the get-go whenever like they announced, I'm like Cesaro.
Yeah. So we'll have to see where they go. But
Well, it all comes down to who can you see taking the title off of Babyface Ziggler? Because that seems like the logical,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll take us into the All-Stars Money in the Bank ladder match, which why do they call it All-Stars? You're basically saying, oh, these guys are a lot better than the other guys.
All-Stars game.
Because they're all past winners, or most of them are past winners.
Yeah, I guess so. So
or they've all at least competed in them.
Yeah. So the combatants for that one: Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, CM Punk, Christian, Kane, who possibly could be out now that.
I don't think anybody was going to pick Kane either.
Yeah. Sheamus and the returning Rob Van Dam.
Who they played a vignette for every fucking commercial break.
God. Yeah.
Which I gotta say, at least they're like people know he's going to be there. I guess.
Yeah. Someone's gonna be like, "What the hell? Where did he come from? Where's
I
Rob
don't
Van
even
Dam?"
know
this.
Yeah. So this one I feel is kind of tough between Rob Van Dam and Daniel Bryan, but who do you guys gonna go with?
My gut tells me that Bryan is already solidified and he's got the next title shot. Like he doesn't need the belt. He doesn't need the briefcase to get his next title shot. Like they already said they want to do him and Cena. What are you doing over there? You're doing this.
he's getting his groove, man.
But like, but he seems like there doesn't seem like another guy. Like I can understand the argument if you saying, why do you bring Rob Van Dam in to lose? But I feel like he's coming in to lose. I mean, I don't see this. I don't even think Rob Van Dam even entered my brain as a possibility. I think Orton is out of the question. I think Rob Van Dam's out of the question. I don't know why they would need Punk to have a briefcase unless they just wanted to have a like easy out title switch. I don't know. That's the weird thing about this match is that none of these guys need this to get a title shot. It feels like, and I feel like Bryan's the easy answer because it's the wrong answer. I don't know.
I feel like if Orton or Sheamus do it, they're gonna do it to a face and turn heel.
I can see that.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the only reason they give either Orton or Sheamus. I would lean more towards Sheamus getting it over anyone else.
You know what? I totally follow and buy into that train of thought. I Bryan's already got his shot. He's not getting the belt. I mean, he's not getting the case.
And what better than to have, this is a completely hypothetical storyline. Don't listen to this unless you just like fan fiction and stuff like that. Say Daniel Bryan
/ fiction?
Sure. I don't know what it is. I don't read that.
Isn't / fiction the one where they have the characters like fuck each other all the time?
Yes.
I don't know.
Tyler knows. He's like, yes. He said that with authority and with certainty. He's like, yes.
He writes that.
You know my two favorite people? They fuck each other in my stories.
And one of them's got a cat
Tyler's
tattoo.
got Randy Orton / Fick.
Yeah.
One of them's got a cat tattoo. And
I want to Google
experiment.
for like confirmation, but I don't want like that in my search history.
Call Noah.
So
I'm gonna text Noah and say, "Is / Fick the one where like two dudes like or two chicks like each other?" Text Noah for confirmation.
anyways, so where?
Call Noah. We'll put him on the show. Ask him about / Fick. Dial it up.
So here's what I see happening. Sheamus gets the money in the bank. So Sheamus gets the money in the bank. Daniel Bryan later on wins the title, which sets up Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. But now the roles are reversed from WrestleMania, with Sheamus playing the heel and Daniel Bryan being the face.
I think they want to go heel with him though.
Yeah. Like I said, I was just kind of throwing it out there. So do we have Noah on the line yet? Oh, there it is. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. With Noah.
You gotta put that in the intro because like people pop for that. Victor will pop for that shit.
He's gonna be like, but he's not in studio the whole
Is
time.
it Victor that like you?
Victor.
Or someone else?
He's not even gonna answer, and then he's gonna call back and, hey man, what's going on? Oh, so sad to miss his
That's
call.
the most annoying, like lamest. voice
Oh
line.
man, I missed your call. No.
He's gonna call back.
Yeah, he'll call back. Hey man, what's going on? Sorry, I was.
Hey man, what is / fiction? You know what / fiction is?
All right, so who? So who are we gonna go with to win Money in the
I'm
Bank?
gonna do like a.
There are
just a-
people who are listening right now who have actually written or know for sure / fiction, and they're like, it's
Logan,
fucking
get on it. No?
Lawson. Now's not the time to leave your post. Check them facts, boy.
I'm gonna do a shot in the dark. I'm gonna go Christian.
Christian. Oh, okay. That is a shot in the dark.
I can see Christian.
Hmm.
But I think, yeah, I follow both of you guys. I don't know who I want to pick though. You got Sheamus and you got Christian.
Yeah, I'll go Sheamus because I don't feel that Daniel Bryan needs it. He's on his way up there.
Yeah, he's already got his match.
Moving on up.
Sheamus
Moving
and
on up.
Christian.
Moving on up. To the deluxe apartment in the sky. Are you
It's
really
calculating.
meeny, miny, mowing that?
Yeah, I
Daniel
got.
Bryan?
I'm going with Sheamus.
Going with Sheamus. That's what I'm talking about. So Sheamus and Christian are picks to win the Money in the Bank. We'll go ahead and dive on into the World Heavyweight Championship match. Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio. So, who you guys going to go with on this one?
I'm taking Del Rio. I'd like to see the scenario I talked about earlier play out with Ziggler being that like ultimate underdog who just can't ever get there, but the fans are always dying for it to happen.
Okay. How about you, Tyler?
Rio.
Del Rio.
Cafe Del Rio.
No.
That's where we should aim, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, you aren't going there without me, so. All
Well,
right,
you're
so-
always like, me. I'll get off at 7. Be here, bitches.
I don't sound like that. Shut up. So, so once again, all of us picking heels to go on that one. Which takes us into the final matchup, the WWE Championship: John Cena versus Mark Henry.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh God!
I'm going Cena.
All right,
Cena.
I'll pick Cena as well. So there
No,
you go.
like that's not poor reflection on Mark Henry, who's been totally awesome.
He deserves it, but I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
And you know what? I'll be completely fine with the Mark Henry,
Yeah,
Daniel Bryan feud.
I would
we've
love the upset with Henry.
we've
getting the
seen
win.
it with like Bryan is almost like treated as a nobody.
Yeah.
And so
Dude,
I think it'd be awesome.
that stuff between what was it? It was it Big Show, Henry, and Daniel Bryan? It was like two big guys and a small guy. I mean, that was awesome.
Royal
Shit.
Rumble.
Yeah.
In a steel cage. So yeah, definitely. Let us know what your thoughts are. We'll make sure to put up a post before Money in the Bank so we can hear your predictions as well. So there you go.
Hey, can we predict who's gonna do the pre-show announcing or the commentary or whatever? They have that table.
Yeah, you
Have
go.
random people.
You go right ahead.
Big Show.
Big Show. Okay.
Kofi
all right.
Kingston,
Kofi Kingston.
Archer.
Santino.
Okay. So there you go. We all have fun with that. So we do have some hot topics for you guys. Apparently, Matt Morgan has been allowed to be released from his contract from TNA. So that begs the question: is he going to be WWE bound?
He teased a while back.
Yeah, he teased it, and then he re-signed, which is kind of weird. So, Doug, what do you think?
He loves Matt Morgan.
Matt Morgan going to the Fed?
Not a fan of Matt Morgan.
He loves Matt Morgan as much as he loves that.
I'm always like,
tattoo.
I'm not a fan of Matt Morgan.
Or that cat tattoo.
Okay. So, and if you guys haven't heard what's going on over in Ring of Honor, they're having a Ring of Honor title tournament.
Tell us why.
Because the Briscoe, which one is it, Jay? Both Briscoes have ended their...
Yes, Jay was the guy with the title.
Okay. But, yeah, their contracts have expired, and the rumor is that they're going to be heading to the WWE.
Oh, yeah, son.
Oh, they said that they've sent feelers out. There was possibly an offer far back. But no one knows if it's still on the table or not.
Gotcha. So there you go. So they're having they're having a title tournament to decide who's going to be the new ROH champion. So far announced: Roderick Strong, Paul London, Kevin Steen, Carl Anderson, Brian Kendrick, Michael Elgin, our former guest Adam Cole, Sanjay Dutt, and BJ Whitmer. So not too bad. We'll have to keep on looking for the entries on that one because they've got 9 so far. So we'll have to see about that. With Noah. So there you go. And folks, don't forget to go out and support your locals, your local wrestling. Going on this weekend, we've got Booker T's Reality of Wrestling Saturday at 16511 Diana Lane, the Clear Lake Sports and Recreation Center. Go out there, check it out. Special guest MVP will be out there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So and now a hot topic news that Doug is particularly fond of. Apparently, Chikara lives.
Or they're working us more, and it's going to be super sad. But apparently, Icarus made a big post on the Chikara 101 boards of if you go there, you have an account. If not, you need one to see his post. And yeah, it sounds awesome. It sounds like it's possibly a work, but who knows? I feel hope, though. I feel hope. Is that Noah?
We got
Noah.
Put that motherfucker on.
With Noah.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, we have a question for you.
What?
So, is the slasher like slash fiction? Is that when like 2 guys or 2 girls or whatever like they do each other? You right about that?
Uh-huh.
That's it?
Can you Google it for us?
Can you Google it for us? Is it or isn't it?
Is it not?
You're at the radio station. Why don't you have a computer at your disposal? Why don't you look it up there?
Noah, we need your help here.
Yeah, we need your help here.
Yes, you can't Google it yourself at a radio station?
The computers are frozen.
The computers are frozen.
Okay, well, you guys have smartphones.
And
Well,
we used it to call you.
You both use your smartphone.
Noah, so what? So explain
It's a
slash
3-way
fiction.
call. We're all on our phones.
Yeah. Explain slash fiction.
Seriously, we're in a heated debate on the show.
We're actually on the
Yeah,
heated
fiction
debate.
is.
What?
I have no idea what that is.
Are you lying?
Are you
Why
lying?
are you asking me? It's not like I read any slash fiction.
Well, your ex-girlfriend did stuff about that.
She didn't know anything about slash fan fiction?
I thought she said that.
How do you know you don't read it if you don't know what it is?
What is it? We need to know what it is, Noah.
I don't know. Google it.
Can you Google it for us? You got your laptop there.
Yeah, you got your laptop there.
No, I really don't. I'm playing a game right now.
Okay, look, I'm gonna Google it. Hang on now.
Okay, hang on. Doug's going to Google it. You're going to be there, okay?
Okay.
And he's going to be responsible for writing some.
eagerly
Slash
waiting
fiction
for
is
call.
a genre of fan fiction that focuses on interpersonal attraction and sexual relationships between fictional characters of the same sex. While the term was originally restricted to stories in which male media characters were involved in an explicit sexual relationship as a primary plot element, also known as slash or m/m/, it is now used to refer to any fan story containing a pairing between same-sex characters Many fans distinguish female-focused slash as a separate genre, commonly referred to as fem slash, also known as F slash fem slash, or altfic and suffic.
You're losing me.
The characters are usually not engaged in such relationships in their respective fictional universes. Does that sound right?
Does that sound right, Noah?
Why? Sure, whatever. Why are you asking me if it sounds right? I don't.
Why are you so upset at us?
Why are you so edgy, man?
What?
Last time we hung out, you were a cool party guy. Now you're like edgy, like
Okay,
quit
well,
annoying me guy.
okay. You may not know, but at least say hi to Victor. Say hi,
Hi
Victor.
to who?
Victor, say hi, Victor.
Hi, Victor.
Victor.
Say Victor.
Say it in that voice.
Say in that voice, Victor.
Victor, whatever.
No, we need to hang out again soon. We need to get you drunk again.
Yes. Okay, say bye to the listeners, Noah.
Bye, listeners.
And that was Noah. Bye, Noah.
Later, man.
Later.
I love how he's just like so uninterested, and he's like, "All right, I'll do whatever you say."
No, to tell you the truth, he's not gonna say it. But I was hanging out with him one time, and then it was his girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She did talk about a slasher that she did.
A slasher is like a horror movie.
film.
Oh,
Or
a
there's
Slash
murderer.
fiction.
Slash fiction.
Did she do the girl or did she do the regular slash
It
or
was,
the
it was
fem
guys
slash?
on guys.
Okay, so she's not the alt slash fem slash. She's straight up. Who were her characters?
I don't remember.
It's such a weird show. This is such a weird show.
Cat tattoos, with the butthole, and then slash fiction, all good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Just the norm here
Wow.
at the WNS podcast.
Wow.
And The Fly.
And the fly.
Can't
This is a
forget
good
about The Fly.
episode. I enjoyed it.
Curious as to how many other people have enjoyed this one.
I don't know.
Anything else we need to add for that before we go on?
No, but I do have another hot topic.
Okay.
We post this on our Facebook page, but go check out Nightmare Pro Wrestling.
Definitely.
John David Guerrero is doing good stuff over there. He just did a picture of
CM Punk and
CM
Orton.
Punk. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
do you like title belts? I like title belts. I know a guy who makes title belts, and he's nice and he's cool. You should go to asteroidbeltcompany.com, talk to my boy Eric, get yourself some belts made because they're awesome. And he's a nice guy, and he's easy to work with, and you can make your own custom belt. Who doesn't want their own fucking custom belt?
Yeah,
you want your own custom fucking belt. I don't know where he stands on slash fiction. You can ask him. You can go and have your slash fiction champion of the world title made. Holler at Eric. He's at Asteroid BC on Twitter. He's a good dude.
Does great work.
He keeps you in the loop. I feel like I should emphasize hobby titles, which he does emphasize on his own site. It's not like you're not getting like a WWE title belt, but they're really cool and they're really affordable and they're cool little prizes. You should get one.
Check out our pictures of our belts that he made.
right.
He does great work.
Good stuff. Certainly. do
What's up,
appreciate
Eric?
the belts.
I hope you're listening. He may not be listening at this point. He's probably like
He probably tuned out after like
He's
cat
probably-
butthole tattoo.
he's like he plugged me after all the others.
The flies and the slash and fiction and the butthole and cats and whatever.
We're back to normal.
I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry.
Going on into the Q&A portion of the show. Your questions, our answers. First question coming to us from Thomas. Drop it low, son.
Drop it low, son. Drop it low, son.
Yeah.
Then Thomas asks, with Vicki Guerrero being fired, despite not really doing much wrong, I thought I'd ask, do you think the days of having an authority figure has passed? This whole storyline with McMahon Trio and Vicki has basically said that authority figures can be easily used, influenced, and superseded.
Yeah, I think it's.
Welcome to the workforce, first of all.
Yeah, I think it's had its day. I mean, like pre McMahon as a character, not as a person on the show, but as Vince the character. Like figures would come in whenever like they needed to settle like a big fucking thing, like a big problem or make some big stipulation. They weren't there like 5 segments of a show, It was
Yeah.
like, and like I guess they're paying these people so they feel like they have to use them, and like there's not really that many interesting things you can do, I guess.
Well,
maybe.
I mean, you kind of have to feel like there's some order, like who's putting these matches together, and
But you can allude. They used to historically they would like allude to a board or a figure who wasn't always there.
Yeah.
But if shit got crazy, they would show up and they would straighten everything out. You know
heck,
what I mean?
I was asked to be the chairman of a company at one of the local wrestling shows that I
The slash
attended.
fiction company.
No, not quite.
You can be the chairman
Which
of the
guy
slash.
did you do?
Sit in my chair. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone actually gets a slash fiction title belt
Time
made,
for you to get a raise, but you gotta earn it.
On that note,
I'd be amazed.
Okay.
If someone gets a slash fiction title belt made, I don't know. We got to do something fucking awesome for them.
God, that'd be so weird. Okay, so
But not have sex with each other, because that seems like where that's going. We're not having sex with each other, people.
Thank you for the question, Thomas. Certainly appreciate it. Next question coming to us from Rhino, saying,
Totally missed a question.
"Huh?
You missed a question.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
That was Thomas's.
You missed one. I bet you. I have one that you don't have on there.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
Which one?
screwing out one of our listeners.
it's on his mind. Get that shit out of here.
No.
Do you have a question from Nathan?
Not on here. No.
Booyah! I
My
told
bad.
you.
Sorry. We'll go ahead with the.
Where's the love?
I don't know. My bad.
Go ahead. I'll jump in when you're done.
I'll go. No, go ahead with the question. Next question from Nathan.
I'm trying to find it because he also gave feedback from last week's show about how that we didn't have really that bad of a days. He's talking about having shitty pick'em or I guess fantasy. He has a WWE fantasy league and he had a shitty league week last week because he had some losses or whatever.
My bad, Nathan.
And he said, and yes, my friends and I do fantasy wrestling. He started it back in Survivor Series. It has its flaws, but it's also really fun and adds more to watching the shows. Do you guys partake in fantasy wrestling? And he gave us another thumbs up on Stitcher. Thank you for that.
Thank you for the thumbs up. We do appreciate that.
No, I did not participate in fantasy wrestling. I could see myself doing it probably, although I don't know anyone else doing it besides you apparently. No, I've never done it.
How about you, Tyler?
I have not, but I would be interested.
And if you're looking for some other fantasy wrestling, do up some slash fiction. Yeah.
No, I don't do any
wrestling.
Slash wrestling, yeah.
I think there's a company called
Body
Slash Wrestling.
slam.
So no,
I bet you
do
there
not
is a
partake in,
I bet you there's a promotion called Slash Wrestling.
He's gonna look it up.
I don't do any of those fantasy sports things. I just the people who do the fantasy football know
SlashWrestling.com.
way too much about players. Like
He gets into the website and there's other stuff on there. Like that's the wrong.
I don't think you want to know what's
No,
going
that's
on.
a
that
legit
website.
URL.
They're in the ring, but you don't want to know what they're doing.
It's a legit
Yeah.
URL.
So there you go. The answer is no. We don't. We do not participate in that. But don't let that stop you. But thank you for the question.
You said that so condescendingly. I think it sounds cool.
No, I, mean,
I don't know that I
that's
have
cool.
I don't know if I have time for it. but,
I know I don't. I barely get
That
to
sounds
watch.
cool. I don't know how involved it is.
SmackDown or Impact, so I don't know. But the next question coming to us from Rhino saying, "Did you guys notice when Christian's music hit that Michael McGillicuddy's name appeared on the Titantron?"
Yep.
I did. Yeah, that was just an odd error. The fact that it wasn't Curtis Axel, they still hold on to that Michael McGillicuddy one is kind of strange, but yeah, so we noticed. So thanks for the question. Final question coming to us from Garrett from YouTube saying, "Hey guys."
Holy shit! You guys see this side by side pic of Jay Wayne?
Oh,
I
like
never saw him that big.
whenever he was big, yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. So there you go.
I never saw him like that.
So final question coming to us from Garrett from YouTube saying, "Hey guys, I wanted to throw an idea to you. What if they got rid of Christian and Dean Ambrose from their Money in the Bank matches so they could feud over the U.S. Championship? P.S. Not the Stitcher guy, but it's okay."
I told you.
Yeah.
Or wait, was I the only guy? I was
don't
the
know.
guy. I know. I said he's not the Stitcher guy. See, I'm sorry, Garrett. I apologize. Nathan, the guy before you, was the Stitcher guy,
Yes.
and I appreciate this thumbs up on Stitcher, Nathan. And I'm sorry, Garrett. What was the question?
What if they got rid of the? What if they took out Christian and Dean Ambrose from their respective Money in the Bank matches and had them feud over the United States Championship?
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Okay.
good match, and I think it's he's a good guy to elevate Ambrose.
Definitely. So
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
But it doesn't look like they're going to be doing it. But maybe for the next pay-per-view, whichever one it may be. SummerSlam, I think, is next. So there you go.
I don't fuck that up. Garrett and Nathan don't even sound alike.
No. Or maybe it was us, the ones who did it. Who knows?
No, I think I fucked it up.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. But thank you for the questions.
Sorry, dudes.
Submit your question. Head on over to our YouTube page, WNS Video. You can also check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook. You can also find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, and on iTunes.
You sound like you look like you're just like forcing those words out of your mouth, like you can't.
My brain has stopped functioning.
You're like, I can't believe I'm saying this
You can
shit.
subscribe to
We're
us.
still doing this show.
on
Steve
iTunes,
Austin did the fly thing. Why are we even doing this show
Cat
anymore?
butt tattoos.
Yeah.
And just
Noah
and the slash fiction and just, oh god, it's been a long day. So, but yeah, subscribe to us on iTunes if you made it to this episode.
Look, people,
we appreciate it.
Yeah, look, we're the best pro wrestling podcast. Is not about pro wrestling. That's our tagline. And we're gonna hang our hats on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Screw Twitter.
Such kind words.
Hey, we're at WNS Podcast on Twitter. The main site's at WNS Source.
There you go.
And we're at the
Stitcher.
Yeah, we're on Stitcher at WNS Podcast.
Podcast for tout.
We're not.
Give
on
us a
tout.
thumbs up, like Nathan, not Garrett. See,
Yeah.
see how I did that, boys.
Garrett gives us the thumbs up on YouTube.
That's right.
And we appreciate it.
Good man.
So there you go. For the podcast crew, I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
Later, sluts.
We'll catch you all next week.